Hey guys, what's going on? Third Street Reactions here. We're back. I'm Shane.
Zakk.
We're back with something new. We're doing a couple of new things because we're losing some things. And this is a show that, well, I guess the first thing I should say is, have you ever played D&D?
No.
You showed me that one of your daughters recently might have gotten into it because she got one of the the D&D booklets.
My mom bought her one for
Okay.
Christmas.
At the very least, those things got some badass art in them. Mm. The very first time I played like a tabletop game...
I probably played it once, I think.
Okay.
Back in high school, junior high.
Well, they're as good and they're as different and as unique as your imagination can be. I played a Star Wars RPG with our friend Eric, with someone, and I thought, this shit is stupid. Who the hell would do this with a paper and a pen? Mm. And then I played with my old YouTube channel, a guy who was passionate about it and knew what the hell he was doing, and we also used figurines and everything else. So we used a map and created our own characters, created our own story. I'm like, okay, I can see, like, it's literally you get out of it what you put into it. If you put hard work into making this thing fun and interacting in a cool way, then it's going to be better. You know what I mean? Mm. And I would have, and I'd probably prefer a Star Wars version of it, but it just, the game we were doing was terrible. So this comes to us from Critical Role. Critical Role, they are a group of voice actors. The one that I know the most is obviously Matt Mercer. He's kind of, I think, the guy in charge of the thing, or at least he's the face of it to me. Okay, and he's done a few things that we've talked about before. And to me, one of the things he's most famous for me is Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil. Hmm. Okay, but they had pretty humble beginnings. They were just voice actors, which I don't want to say just voice actors because I know that's a hard thing to get into. Okay, they came together and started playing D&D. They started filming videos for YouTube and Twitch, and they started getting a lot of views. Well, they had a very huge, hundreds of hour campaign for the Legend of Vox Machina. And basically when they do this thing, they're doing it as friends and they're just improvising all their shit. Mm-hmm. Okay? They create these characters, they improvise their lines, they go on an adventure, and then it's the person who is like the dungeon master is kind of guiding the story, but you have a lot of elements of choice. At least when I played, that's what I had. I had a lot of choice elements in it. But it was such a hit that they said, hey, let's put this into like a movie. And then it got crowdfunded by a factor of 10 over what they needed. So they decided to make a miniseries. So I think they're just transcribing like 300 hours of a video to like a 10 episode series. So that's pretty much all I know from it, besides the fact that it's fantasy. And I know a lot of people are liking this type of thing. And yeah, I think we just gonna check it out, see if we like it, and just jump in.
Stood the majestic kingdom of Tal'Dorei. It was a time of peace until a great evil arrived.
Let's see, that stuff reminds me of
heroes banded together, ready to face this evil.
Hold fast! The beast approaches!
Like Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah, it's like a Fellowship reference.
What the fuck? You shall pay for it! Holy shit! Humanity will never fall to you!
Well, that was something.
Fuck! All of our mercenaries slaughtered like lambs. I state my case again, Sovereign Uriel.
The Scotsman.
Send our army to challenge whatever this fiend is before it decimates the entire kingdom.
So were they playing D&D, or is this...
It's a board where they're...
Okay, so it's a real thing.
It's a strategy board.
I thought the beginning...
Yeah, have you seen... Big like war maps where they have war councils?
Yeah,
and they go
Game of Thrones
they
they
go
have.
over positions
Yeah.
where people are.
The Taurian butchers are butchered, the murder hobos murdered, the death dealers are all dead!
Then find someone worthy!
Doesn't that sound like King Ezekiel?
That's right! Who's the best? Yeah!
Oh, fuck me. Why do we always play drinking games with a guy twice our size?
Because it's the fastest way to get drunk, obviously. I think we should go to another... Didn't you only have one ale? Oh, it's so junky.
Oh, watch it, bitch! Hey, you watch it, dip nose!
Another round for Vox Machina, the greatest band of mercenaries in all the realm.
The greatest!
That dog looks pretty badass.
Everyone knows you're a bunch of pathetic losers who can't get a fucking job. Look at you scrawny ass. too weak to tickle your own pickle.
Are you offering to help?
Yeah. Well, no, fuck you.
Oh, I'm only asking you to give me a hand.
Dude, you're just talking shit and you go chop off someone's hand?
He's willing. Can I keep this? Don't just stand there gawking, lads. Get on!
That reminds me of Arcane.
Come on, Percy!
Oh no.
Oops.
Would you drink a cup of vomit for $100,000?
Yeah.
Titties.
Tyrion Lannister.
Yeah.
For goodness sakes! Could you put on some pants and help us?
What is that gnome doing with my daughter?
It's probably best you don't know.
Who's paying for all this?
What the other guys?
Hello? Excuse me? Thank you.
Nice underwear.
We need a job. Anything at this point.
I mean, if protecting cars
Doesn't a
from
bear need like
swindlers
50
and
pounds of
toy
vegetation a
goblins
day?
Have you guys ever thought, maybe we're not really meant to do this? Why are we even together?
Well, while you're all moping around, I have to drain the proverbial basilisk. Oh, apologies. Has a mind of its own sometimes.
What's the matter with you?
That's bad form.
Fighting for justice, for glory, protecting the kingdom and stuff. And most importantly, woohoo, lots of money!
Okay, we'll take you in, but the bear waits outside.
That's ridiculous.
Part of the group.
There's Grog, a mighty giant, he's a simple-minded Hulk, and Percy's pepperbox can blow apart your fucking skull. Nature hath no fury quite like Keyleth the Ashari. The twins Vex and Vax, she shoots, he hides in the pitch. They're stealthy and quite deadly, but
What was Aragorn? What's he called again?
Strider.
She's Vax.
The Ranger.
Ranger, okay. It's kind of like what he is. Then.
Sovereign, their reputation is less than stellar.
Well, they do have a bear. They look quite ferocious.
How's he know?
And the song was entertaining.
Why not give them a chance? Perhaps there's more than meets the eye with these warriors.
Very well. You're hired, Vox Machina. Mainly because I like the bear. Lady Aurora will accompany you.
Have you seen any evil wizards or giant monsters passing through here?
Why is it weird? That's her thing. Why would they say it's weird then?
I don't know.
Could you bless our house? Protect it from this evil. A blessing? Yeah, sure. No problem.
Pike, I guess?
May the Everlight
It's supposed to be like the mage of the group.
Everything
Yeah.
be tip-top. Okay, I'm sure you'll survive these trying
What's
times.
the other
so
one supposed to be then? A druid?
Good luck.
What would you call
The other little...
No,
You sure you're a holy
the woman with the horns.
Yeah, I'm just,
She's like a dwarf kind of, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I know, I'm mixing up my lures.
Are you a wizard?
Thinking that all elves should just shoot.
Well, all elves, the whole idea is that they can shoot very well.
Yeah.
They see so far.
Yeah.
But even in Lord of the Rings, or even in the Hobbit films, they do a decent job of it. Not all the elves are shooting.
Yeah. Well, I know, this is just...
Elven archers are just supposed to be the best.
That's just my prejudices of elves and dwarves. Yeah.
But we couldn't see it in the storm. But it was big. Really big. Yeah.
The tracks are too muddy to discern, but it looks like it took to the air and flew along the coast.
Think we'll be needing this.
Love story developing.
Yep.
Oh, they look human. It's close. Everyone get ready.
Probably has something to do with that guy at the council. Somebody in the council has something to do with this dragon. Because she just heard the thing again.
Yeah.
That she heard in the council.
Yeah.
mayhem. Oh, don't let that thing bite you, Vex.
What happened to the goat?
I was saying the same thing.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
Flame effects are cool.
Yeah.
Very Godzilla.
Kind of like reminds me of Bahamut, the Final Fantasy. Neo Bahamut has like a blue flame, and it's almost like a laser.
So at least Shin Godzillas were.
Yeah. And actually, the most recent Godzilla, that was on
Singular Point.
HBO, like they have, looks kind of like that too, like a blue.
Oh, you mean the recent Godzilla film?
Yeah.
Because they have a new series on Netflix called Singular Point.
Okay.
I suggest we run right now.
Fuck that. We fight.
Kratos. They couldn't do shit against him. They need all kinds of magic and better weapons and armor, and they need to be working together as a team. Oh, hey, you're right.
Why is that gun all of a sudden reliable? It misfired twice in the tavern.
Serious trouble here.
Caleb, snap out of it. Caleb!
It's a lightning dragon.
Is it?
It's a lightning element Pokemon
You're right.
or something.
It's gonna make it stronger.
Did I just make it worse?
That was such a cool thing, too.
You look at what he's blasting out of his mouth. It's not fire. But I would just assume the way his neck was powering up, it looks like he's
Yeah, it is like a...
He's an electric type dragon.
Yeah. Dude, they'd be crushed. Okay.
This is what rock bottom feels like.
These guys are terrible.
Dragon, we almost died.
He's shell-shocked. What's going to happen if you're in Great Britain during World War One? They put you in a home and they take care of you. They give you
Like
fun.
good old Hugo Weaving and Hacksaw Ridge.
Oh, yeah.
Must I remind you, we gave our word to the council. That should probably mean something.
Who gives a soggy anus about the council? The only word I care about is Scanlan Shorthalt.
They need us. We can't just run away.
This is why I hate traveling with holy people. They're too goddamn good.
Pike, when Vax and I were young, one of those monsters killed our mother. I've studied dragons my entire life, hoping to find the one that did it. I can feel when they're close. A horrid pain in my head.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like it's going to be the guy that was glaring at her.
Just telling us this now.
Because
He's
blue,
connected to the dragon?
The dragon's blue. Or he's like a purplish. The dragon's kind of purplish. What was that? Tales from Earthsea. There was a Studio Ghibli film. The dragon was a person.
I don't think I've seen it or even heard of it.
It was a dragon that I don't know if it was like oppressed into a person or if people, that was just how they were.
Yeah.
They were born as people, but they could turn into dragons or vice versa.
Okay.
Well, that's how it was in that.
Okay.
So it makes me wonder if the dragon's just a person.
Well, Vax just said that the dragon could be working with the council or something shit like that. Like he doesn't trust him. So like I said, I played a couple campaigns of D&D, and dragons are extremely intelligent and incredibly strong. There's like different colored ones, and they all do different things. That's not good. Is that the home they blessed?
Yeah.
Or Pike?
Fisherman, remember?
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Please, Everlight. Let your power reach him.
Pike, please.
Shit. No. I can't do it. I'm still too weak from before.
There you level up. Don't do it now, man.
What the hell are you doing, Scanlan?
Thinking of a rhyme for dead dragon? Because I guess we're killing one.
I'm in. Oh. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm terrified, out of my mind. You all realize we're going to die a truly horrible death.
Perhaps, sister. but we'll die gloriously. And we'll kill a fucking dragon.
Definitely voice actors that we know, for sure. Carrie Payton, that's fucking King Ezekiel. General Krieg, David Tennant. Who's General Krieg again?
David Tennant, you know who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But who was General Krieg?
He was the big blonde guy that said "fuck" after that opening scene with the Lord of the Rings.
Oh, so he's just putting on an accent. Okay.
And he's played a Scots guy before.
Okay, oh damn.
He played.
Just imagine being a burlier guy.
That show.
Broadchurch?
Yeah, Broadchurch.
I haven't seen it, but I keep hearing it's good. Guys, that was a reaction, and now we're going to talk about, that was the very first episode. What did you think?
I didn't really like it, but...
It didn't, honestly, like, it didn't grab me for very much.
No, it's just, ever since Lord of the Rings started doing what Lord of the Rings does,
yeah,
there's been a lot of other things that try to come out of the woodwork, I guess.
Yeah.
Or maybe things that have existed already, but then they got the green light to produce them because of how well Game of Thrones did. For instance, The Boys, because The Boys was already a comic book for so long.
Yeah.
And, Garth Ennis, or Ennis, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
He had already created that. It had already been out there in public and in the world, and then Game of Thrones took off the way that it did, and it gave these producers, these companies, put it in their heads that, okay, we can produce this material and it will make money.
Yeah.
So, but it just kind of puts you in that mindset of people that love that.
Yeah.
And they also love fantasy and everything that. I'm not saying Tolkien invented fantasy, modern fantasy, but he definitely pretty much set the bar for it.
Yeah.
So he established, you have. He didn't go into everything, whatever Keyleth is. It said it in this.
Okay.
Ashtani or something like that, whatever it was. But there were the Ents, and there were orcs, and there were werewolves, and even vampires in some of his works, and there were dwarves, elves, men, hobbits. So
you
could say that they're supposed to be gnomes and not halflings.
Okay, so
I guess in the D&D world, I don't know. I doubt they call them hobbits. That's definitely a Tolkien.
Yeah, I don't. Like I said, there's so much about D&D I don't know about, and then they have all these new editions where they have new types of characters and stuff like that I don't know anything about. Rick created a great campaign that was like I was able to tell so much of like the story that I wanted to tell for my character and have so much input on the creation of it that it felt like my own as well. So imagine when these guys created their characters, they probably did the same thing. I know they're condensing like hundreds of hours of campaigning and voice acting to this show. And right now, I think you and I agree that this group is like a shitty group.
Yeah, they're supposed to represent. I mean,
they're supposed to be this group of miscreants.
Scanlan definitely reminds you of Tyrion Lannister, being drunk and wanting to fuck women and things like that all the time.
Yeah,
you get this whole thing. And
he's a bard with a magic guitar.
Comedic.
Yeah.
Shit. All these comedic delivery lines, and you first see him in the sack.
So he's played by Sam Riegel, who played Donatello in Ninja Turtles 2003, which I know you didn't catch it out. The voice we went for 7 seasons. This didn't grab me, but I know it's multiple episodes, and right now I just think the show gave us just a bunch of immoral, when I'm thinking this in D&D terms, like these people are not equipped to fight this boss, so they're not equipped. Their personality characteristics don't go well with like being the type of people that go out as a team and fight the type of thing, and they're obviously not leveled up enough.
Well,
their magic isn't good enough. Their fighting isn't good enough. When they're fighting in the bar, she was shooting up in the air. Like they're not good enough right now.
They're also drunk.
And they're just drunk. They're just a bunch of drunks that get kicked out of every bar.
Well, the theory that I have, they could kill the dragon in its human form, so it might involve some investigation. And discernment. So they may not have to fight the dragon again. Yeah. Even though I do think it will happen.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean if this ends up being a dragon that can take human form, like I said, and I'm pretty sure it was Tales from Earthsea, then...
The Witcher goes into that too. The Witcher has dragons that can turn to human form.
So they just kill the guy.
Yeah. Then problem solved.
It seems to indicate that it might be that purple guy from the King's Court.
Yeah.
With the pointy ears, but that might be kind of just obvious.
Yeah.
But she definitely showed her ears ringing and him looking at her.
Yeah.
So and we had either he was just observant.
Yeah.
Or it had tying the two together. But you had the human steps, to the bush with the lamb and the dragon.
Yeah.
Which the dragon could not have been hiding behind that bush.
No.
So
it just kind of appeared. I mean, of course, like to us, we see it appear, but it looked like it appeared in a way where it wasn't there before, and they would have seen it because the dragon's a big creature.
The thing was huge. It showed it in the distance when they were fighting it, and it looked like it was probably 4 stories tall.
It looked taller. It looked like 8 stories tall.
It could be. I don't know. I need to watch it again. But the point is that the thing was not just hiding behind the bush.
Yeah.
And then maybe it was in a dark tree line or whatever, but it just made it seem like it could not have been hiding.
Maybe it was just the guy who was up there to sacrifice a goat on the mountain, and then they came to fuck it up, so it turned into a dragon.
Maybe.
So Tal'Dorei, or Tal'Dorei, I think that is the kingdom, and I think Iman is, I guess, the town, right, that they're in? That they're drinking?
Iman might be the world.
Okay.
Or the country.
Or the country, yeah. But I think Tal'Dorei is at least the kingdom that they're in. I'm pretty sure.
No. Uriel is the king you were talking about. So.
Yeah. Who obviously is played by the great King Ezekiel, who also played Cyborg in a few cartoons. He plays King Ezekiel. He plays Aqualad. And, I mean, there's a few people we recognize here that we wrote down. Vex, who look like she has a twin, a brother. I think they're elves. She obviously is an archer. She's played by Laura Bailey, and I know she's from The Last of Us 2. And she also plays, I think she plays Trunks or some other character in Dragon. Or maybe Gohan, I don't know.
Kid Trunks?
Yeah, Kid Trunks. I guess it would be Kid Trunks because I know the guy who plays Trunks. Okay. Her twin brother, Liam O'Brien, I didn't really recognize anything that, to me.
Well, definitely were insinuating that he and Keyleth might have some kind of a romance or some kind of a love connection there. Spark.
Yeah.
And they insinuated that with Scanlan and Pike as well.
Yeah.
So.
And Pike, played by Ashley Johnson, who I watched, who actually also plays one of the main characters in The Last of Us, Ellie, a little girl. Okay. And she plays a little girl in Growing Pains, which I used to watch growing up. Percival, who's kind of like the art, not the archer, but the gunslinger guy.
Yeah.
He reminds me of this character, and it's irrelevant, from Final. He's voiced by Taliesin Jaffe. I don't know anything about who he's from, but he reminds me, and he sounds like a character from Final Fantasy 15. I think his name is Iggy. He's just one of the members of your crew. He looks exactly like him, and he sounds like him, and he's kind of the more mature one of the group. And he also uses firearms, and he's also the cook. Yeah,
cook.
He's the cook. So you go and find ingredients, and I think The Legend of Zelda probably perfected this. But you find ingredients, and you concoct things, and they give you elements that you can use. Like they level you up, or they'll make your weapon stronger, just stuff like that. Breath of the Wild, I think, kind of perfected.
Yeah.
That was the first episode. I like the potential of it, but the first episode didn't grab me. It just didn't.
The music was enjoyable.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the animation was good.
Yeah, it was solid. Yeah.
It was solid. Yeah,
it's just the characters I don't like anymore.
The best animation that I'm in love with, but it's solid.
Yeah.
And nobody really drew me in. It was all kind of, well, okay, here we go again. But,
well, it reminded me of what the origin of it was. It's just a group of friends kind of improvising and stuff like that. And I know these guys are good. They tell good stories, and they're kind of renowned for their campaigns, and they're obviously voice actors. So I didn't have a problem with any of the performances.
No.
But in terms of the characters and how they're presented us right now, there's a as you would say, a long road to hoe. But I look forward to the show hopefully making me like these characters. I think Ashley Johnson, the little elf healer person,
Pike.
Yeah, Pike. I imagine there's a story there, and I imagine the twins, the ones who had their mother killed by a dragon.
Vex and Vox.
Yeah, I think there could be a story there. And the guy who reminds me of Drax. What's his name? Grog. I just like him. I think he's kind of comedic relief. I think there could be a story there. Well, maybe not, but I like him. It's just like with Drax, I don't like him because of his backstory, which is tragic. Well, I like him because he's funny.
Seemed semi more intelligent than Grog does, though.
Yeah, he's kind of like the oof.
I mean, he just seems like a big meathead, like a Groot.
Yeah.
But even Groot has some touching moments.
He does.
He's just kind of...
Anyways, guys, that's our first reaction. And, sorry if you absolutely loved the first episode. But, we're watching this show, and it's got room to grow, and we're here for it. So hopefully it'll grab us. And that's all we got to say.
All right, thanks everyone for tuning in here. If you want to see more of it, you can like and you can subscribe and comment down below. If you have any criticisms, you don't have to keep them to yourself. You don't
like my white shirt underneath this thermal. It could be. It's not really good.
I mean, you don't. I don't know. You don't have to stay here.